Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to show you how to make quests in custom NPCs. So as you may already know, I made a video that should be on screen now that involved this village here. I had a quest in this village where you talk to this old lady and she's like, there's chickens all over the place that we need to slaughter. So I actually have one example here. So when you kill this chicken, it gives you one of these feathers that are unbreakable. And then we just have to gather 3, yada yada yada. You come back to talk to her, and she's like, go talk to my daughter, which is this person right here. And she then gives us an option of 3 wolves that we can pick. But I'm not sure why this is broken, but they're not supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look like a dog. And then you get a wolf follower. So I'm going to make a quest that's going to be similar to this, but I just want to explain how this one works. So I actually just made a little sketch up here. So first off, first thing you have to do, there's 2 dialogues you have to get through with Ruth here. So if we talk to her, as you can see, there's an orange text here that says, anything I can do to help. And then she says, yada yada yada, you see these chickens have been bothering my wolves. And then quest, collect 3 feathers off of chickens. And then now we have a quest up on the top right. She says, thank you very much. So the second part was getting this item. And also these chickens have a little death skull above them saying, we need to kill these things. There we go. I have enough. I have 3. So now you return back to Ruth and quest complete. And now we talk to her again, and now there's a different dialogue, and the other one disappeared, and it says about those chickens, thank you again, yada yada, thank you for doing that, please go talk to my daughter. And then you say sure. So then we go over to her, and then as you can see there's a new one, and it's yellow. Your mother told me to speak with you, she chose you out of everyone. And then I said Ruth would like you to have one of the wolves as compensation. Great. So then we talk to her again, complete. As you can see, something popped into my inventory, an ancient coin. So if we right click this person, we go to trade. As you can see, we can trade in this ancient coin to get any of these guys here. And oh gosh, this texture is broken. But this becomes your follower. So other than that, that's how you do this quest in order to get a wolf companion. I'm going to do something similar, but I'm going to take you step by step on how to do it. And I'm just going to show an example on how to do it. I have this little display area on how to do everything. But over here, I have another display on what quest we'll be doing. So here's the old skeleton here that will start this quest. And as you can see, there's an exclamation mark above its head. I'm going to right click it. And as you can see, there's a begin the search, because it says this skeleton looks bone dry. It's missing some gear that could be nearby. Maybe I should check out the old spire cave that is close. Begin the search. And then I give you the coordinates of where it is, which let's just say this is the right coordinates here. Now, when we look inside here, I'm just going to give myself give Knightdream night vision for 100 seconds. So as you can see, there's these charcoal spiders. Oh, and they're burning in sunlight because that's how I made them up to be. You can see their skulls all over their heads. We need to kill a specific amount of them in order to get the old skeleton's gear back. And as you can see, I put, I think this is the end portal texture on there. And as you can see, when I talk one, all of them come towards me. But what did I get from that? I got a spider eye and I got spider silk, and they all have these NBT tags on that, so we can make these very unique. Oh my gosh, there's so many on me. I'm just going to kill a few of them just to show an example of what drops from them. Oh my gosh, I got so much gear. This is the gear you're supposed to get during the quest, but I didn't know it'd show up that quickly. We got spider dye. We got the old skeleton leggings, old skeleton boots, and they all have their NBT tags on, so the purple text there. I killed these, but we also put a spawn timer on these, and they will return. If we need to go into game mode survival, when we click E, there's a section here that says quest. and we can click on this. It says search nearby spider cave for the skeleton's belongings. Kill a few spiders in the cave. And then it tells us the objective. So old skeleton leggings, old skeleton boots, and we need the chest plate as well. So we already have the leggings and the boots. We just need the chest plate. As you can see, here's the drop chance of everything that's in here. I don't know why we got 4 leggings on a 19% drop rate, but as you see, spider silk is a 100% drop rate, and then spider eye is 66. But if I middle mouse this, I can just grant myself one of the chest plates, just so I don't have to grind it out. And then when we return back to the old skeleton, it says complete. And I believe it takes the armor. Yeah, it takes the armor. But now the skeleton has a question mark above his head. When we right click, it says, what's that crawling? A small charcoal spider wriggles out of the chain chest plate of the old skeleton. It jumps at Knightdream. It appears to be taking a liking to you. Now I right clicked it once more, and it is this one right here. So let's get rid of this one. This appeared in my inventory. It's a soul stone with a charcoal spider of your very own. Now, just like that wolf quest I showed you, this one becomes your follower. And if we right click it, we can give it cobweb to follow us for 3 days, 3 raw beef for 5 days, or 64 rotten flesh for 7 days. And it follows you as your own companion. So it's a cool little quest to get a little spider follower. But for now, that's this old spider quest. I'm going to show you how to make it, because that is a lot of steps on how to make it. So first off, I usually create a platform like this just so I can have somewhere to build and have everything laid out. So as you see, I got the old skeleton here. I got the charcoal spider here. All of this is the NBT tags for the skeleton chest plate and all that. I didn't realize that once I put it together, the buttons will activate everything beside it. But this is how I get my NBT tags, and I'll show that later in the video. And then right here is the charcoal spider follower. So first off, let's create a border. You can do glass, you can do gold, doesn't matter what you do. So if you have Worldedit, I just do this. Pause 1, and then I go over to another area here to the opposite corner. Pause 2. Now let's do walls, diamond, block. There we go. And then I'll do / replace air with glass. Now we have our own platform here. But I'm also going to make it replace glass with, let's just do grass block. Just so I don't get mixed up from the lower level here. Now with your platform, we're going to need the first thing that will start the quest. So we're going to copy this one, and I'll show you how to do that. So first, let's right click with our NPC wand, and you can find that on this page, the custom NPC tools. I also have varied commodity, so that'll help if you're wanting to immerse people with more weapons and shields, or maybe some just misc objects that you can't even get in the actual game. So like a skull or something. Right now in 1.6.10, everything is broken. So if I go to textures, I go to entity, I go to like a blaze, and I search up online and get a URL, it's completely broken. It won't work. So what I did for this guy here, I used just a regular custom NPC and found a skin for a player to look like a skeleton. Because for players, it still works. Yeah, it's broken. But that actually looks pretty cool. I'm going to use this skin here. I'm going to link this one in the description. And I'm going to go to URL, and I'm going to paste that in. As you can see, we got our skeleton with some damn eyes on it. To get rid of the eyes, make sure it's on Custom NPC, not NPC Classic. Otherwise, you don't get these things here. We need to go to Parts. We need to go to Eyes. And we click None. Eyes are removed. Now, if you want to have it in this position, we need to find the correct job. So job would be puppet, and we'll click edit on that. As you can see, I am moving around its body right now. So we can just position it to be in a specific stance. But this one here is also sitting. So we need to make sure it sits. So in order to make it sit, we need to go to AI, movement, moving type. Make sure that is standing, and animation needs to be sitting. And you got all these other ones here. So you got lying, so you can get a skeleton that's laying on the floor. Actually, let's do that rather than the sitting pose, just so it's a little different. We'll go back to puppet and we'll just change things around here. Masterpiece. So I just grabbed a chainmail chest plate, and we need to go to inventory and put it on its chest. As you can see, there's a chainmail chest plate on now. Now, it is part of the default faction, which is friendly. I'm just going to leave it on that since we're not really talking about factions in this video. I technically can't attack this because it's friendly to me. We also need to go to advanced. We need to go to lines, interact, and we need to delete hello at P, because when we right click it, we don't want it to say hello to us. So I'm right clicking right now. It's not doing anything. I made a dialogue video. It should be on screen now. If you haven't seen this video, I would highly suggest seeing it, just because I teach you how to order your dialogues around, because we're going to be using a lot of dialogues for this quest. But I'll go over it right now. So go to global, go to dialogues. We need to create a category. So as you can see, I did test skeleton quest and I did a bunch of dialogues here, but we're going to make it from scratch. So add, let's just say skeleton quest, that's it. Now we have it highlighted. We need to add a dialogue that's going to begin this entire scenario. Add a dialogue on the right hand side, and we're going to name it 001-skeleton. Since it's 001, we know that this is the first dialogue that's ever going to be playing on this NPC. So make sure to always have the 001 to begin everything. Let's go back to advanced. We can click on dialogues, select option 0, and then we'll link that up with 001 skeleton. Now when we talk to it, it'll go into that first quest or first dialogue there. Oh, actually we should probably give this a name. I'm just going to give it the name tarnished skeleton. There we go. Now go back to global, go to dialogues, go to the category you made, and then the 001 skeleton. We need to click edit. What is this skeleton going to say to you when you first do this quest, or when you first right click on the skeleton? What I did for this one is this skeleton looks bone dry. It's missing some gear that could be nearby. Maybe I could check out the old spider cave that is close. So how about let's do something similar to that. So right click, global dialogues, skeleton quest 001, edit, dialogue text. So once we're in dialogue text, we need to write something down. So I just finished that part. So when we right click on it, it says, this old skeleton looks nibbled on by a small spider. It's missing a plentiful amount of gear. Perhaps its loot is nearby. So that part is done. Now we need to give it dialogue options, because there's no dialogue options to click on the bottom. But when we go over to this one, I have begin the search, leave, and what's that crawling. So we'll right click on it. We'll go to global, dialogues, skeleton quest. We need to go to dialogue options. So this is where we give the player options to click on. We're going to go straight into the quest. So the first dialogue option will promptly start the quest. Begin the search. We'll put that as the dialogue option, and we'll also make it the color yellow to indicate this is a quest to the player. Now leave it on dialogue because we need to select a dialogue next to start it, but go back one page, we'll go to 2, and then we'll do leave, and then this one will color white, and then we'll just do close. Yeah, when we right click on this now, I don't have it linked up, but as you can see, there's leave and there's going to be begin the quest as well. But let's link up the other quest. Go to dialogues. We need to create another one that this one can link up to. So I'm going to add a dialogue. I'm going to call it 001 to 002 quest skeleton start. So now we know this dialogue goes from 001 to 002. So we'll click on edit. We'll go to dialogue options, begin the search, and we'll click on that one we just made. When we right click on this, you can see that begin the search is now there, and leave. So leave just closes the conversation. begin the search will take you to the next part. Now, I think this is a good time just to quickly go over availability options. If I just click on edit for that, this is where you can make certain dialogues available if certain requirements are needed. Maybe you needed to select a dialogue with someone, a different NPC. Let's say maybe some NPC told you about this skeleton that is here, so you needed to talk to that first. Or maybe you needed to complete a specific quest before doing this one. Or maybe there's some secret scoreboard that the map maker is making, so specific people can do specific quests. Or maybe you need to be friendly with a specific faction. As you can see, I have many here. Or maybe it's not even available during the daytime. Maybe it's just available during the night or only during the day. So for 001 to 002 skeleton start, we need to indicate to the player where they need to go. In dialogue text, we can be like, the nearby cave is located at, and then we can put in the coordinates. I'm just putting something random. I'm just going to right click on this, begin the search. The nearby cave is located at, and then there's the coordinates. We also need to make it so that specific clicking on begin the search starts a quest. So we need to create the quest. Go back to the global tab, go to quests, and we need to add a category, skeleton quest. Click on your quest, go add a quest, and we'll just name it 001 skeleton loot. We can only do a specific objective per quest, but we can make it so they have to do all these quests in order to get to the final reward. Edit on this quest, click on quest log text. This is where we're going to include what this quest is about. This quest is about getting loot from this bare bone skeleton. And then we can even put the coordinates on here as a reminder to the player, because they may start this quest, then they might not even know where to go. I might start this quest and then I'll just go off some random direction, but when we go into game mode survival, we'll see it in this quests area and we'll be like, I didn't know I was starting a quest. So we just need to indicate to the player that they need to go back to these coordinates in order to find this quest. We need to figure out, what do they need? What does this quest involve? What do we need to do? There's item. So item means they need to retrieve specific items. So we got the old skeleton legs. We got the chest piece. We can make sure they take the items. Ignore damage on specific gear. Don't put on ignore NBT unless you want something very generic. So like they need to harvest spider eyes or something, or cobblestone that doesn't have the NBT tag on. Something simple like that. I would suggest always keeping ignore NBT to no. Then you can make it specific for this quest, and people can't just go somewhere else in the world to find a specific item and then come back here to complete it. We can also do dialogue, so they have to speak to someone in order to do something. This is good if you need someone to be like, I heard about this rumor in this village, and you force the player to go all the way out there to go talk to someone. Or you need to kill a specific NPC, a player as well. So this is good for like, maybe you want a very dangerous quest to go and kill your friends for a specific reason to complete this quest. You can also have a location block. So players would need to go to a specific location to complete this quest. Area kill, I haven't really figured out how to use this one, but I think it's just the same as kill, but in a specific area. So maybe you can make an arena or something. Manual, I don't know. But we're going to use item for now, because I feel like you could still kill specific things, but you need to grind a little bit for it. You can also make it repeatable if you need. And if you want to add, like, maybe this quest increases 10 points towards the aggressive. So meaning you become more friendly with aggressive. We're going to do decrease. Completed text. This is just what shows up on your screen when you finally hand it in. This is complete. I'm just going to put something there. Now go back to Dialogs, and we'll click on Skeleton Quest. Click on Skeleton Start Edit. We'll go to Select Quest, and we'll link it up to that one. When you finally get to 001, 002 Skeleton Start, it will start this quest. Now, since we have it linked up, we want to indicate to the player that this NPC has a quest. So we need to go to the Advanced tab. We need to go to Marks, Add, and we'll do exclamation mark. I tend to do yellow. Click on Availability Options and go to Select Quest. On the first one, select Before, and then select Quest, and Skeleton Loot. So this will indicate to the player that this NPC has a quest, and if you haven't completed it, this marker will be here. Now, before we actually get the items that we need for this skeleton, we need something that we can loot it from. So, such as this charcoal spider. So we're going to make a new NPC. We'll put it right here. Maybe we can do a slime, for example. I actually have a really cool idea forming in my mind. First, let's go to movement. So go to AI, go to movement, and we'll do rotation manual. This creature can't turn left and right unless we right click it. So we need to turn that off. So AI, movement, stop on interact, turn that to no. So now if we right click it, it won't turn to us. Let's go back to advanced, go to lines, go to interact. Delete the hello at P because I don't like people saying hello to me. And as you can see, it is completely immune to us right clicking on it. Select on it again. We're going to click on the texture part here on select. We can do like iron ore. We got an iron ore block. We can do also hide the name. So this just looks like your regular old iron block, but it's actually an NPC. We're just going to use this as the monster for this video. We also need to go to advanced factions. Let's just give it an aggressive faction, just because that comes default for everybody, and that means we can attack it. So attack hostile factions, defensive faction members. So here, let me see. Yeah, I can attack it. Now, we need to define how strong this is. You guys can go into this willy-nilly. This is a very insane. This has a lot of options to go over, but you can mimic anything. So you can mimic a spider that's afraid of fire, or you can make it so this monster can only be attacked by specific things such as a pickaxe or something, or maybe it can only be attacked by melee, so you can do like 100% for all this stuff, but melee it takes damage. On found enemy, retaliate. Everything seems to be good. I'm just gonna lower its HP a little bit to 5, and then maybe melee options to 3. Now we're also going to right click on this. We're gonna do advanced, we're gonna do marks, add. We're going to change this to skull. We're going to change it to red. Availability options. Click on select quest. We'll do when active for our skeleton loot quest. So when we have started this quest with the tarnished skeleton, there will be a skull above this iron ore block that we will know we need to kill this thing. Now let's get some NBT tags on specific items, so we can attach it as drop chances for this iron ore block here. Now we need to create the actual gear for this. So we need the specific gear that player can retrieve in order to complete this quest. And what I love to do is NBT tags. So let me get up the website. Okay, as you can see on my screen, I have digminecraft.com. I'm going to put this link in the description below, but this is specific for the 1.16 version. So this is where we can get a specific item. So I think we don't need anything that says about choose a target filter, choose player or target. We'll just go down here. So this is specific armors, but we can also change it around. We're just gonna do iron chestplate, blast protection 1, unbreaking 1, and mending. And we'll call it tarnished skeleton chest plate, and the lore will be blunted chest piece. Yeah, blunted chest piece. And then generate command. There we go, we got it on the bottom here. Okay, let's go back to Minecraft. Okay, we are back in Minecraft. So we're gonna need a command block. Give Knightdream. Right click the command block, and then we'll Control V to paste it. And I'm just going to put a button on top of this. And there we go. We got the chest piece. Tarnished skeleton chest piece. And in purple, you can see it says blunted chest piece. Now, if we right click on this, we can go to inventory. We can put the NPC tarnished skeleton chest plate on this. and we'll do drop chance 100% for right now. So if we kill this thing, as you can see, it dropped this. Now, if we go back to the tarnished skeleton, this is what it's going to need. We need to give it this tarnished skeleton chestplate. Do note, if you need to duplicate anything, you can always middle mouse it to duplicate it into your inventory. Now, what we can also do is we should make some things that come with this iron ore. So stuff that doesn't always spawn. For example, we probably have this at like 8%, but iron ore might show up from time to time. So let's copy and paste that in there. Iron ore. So all I did on this one is I copy and pasted the same thing again, but I didn't change anything except give at P the iron ore. So rather than the iron chestplate, it's iron ore. And when I actually did it, here it is right here. It's a glowing piece of iron ore. So I would highly suggest changing around whatever you copy and pasted, and you can add your own NBT tag. So see in quotes here, it's beside these backslashes. We can just be like iron ore that looks mutated. Done. There we go. We got it. Yeah, iron ore that looks mutated. Now, I believe if you right click on the ground and you were to mine it, it loses that name tag. Survival. Oh, shoot. Game mode, creative. Oh my God, that freaked me out. Now, this is why it's always good to put fences around your object that you're trying to not die from. Now I'm just gonna mine this. Yeah, it just becomes iron ore after that, so it doesn't keep the mending and the blast protection on. So make a few items that also have NBT tags and definitely put it on this iron ore or whatever you're making. So I can put that one on and make it 100% drop chance. Or you can even make like spider silk, spider eyes, spider dye. So I think that's just black dye. Now we added the chest piece as a required item, I think. I don't think we did. So I'm just going to copy, paste that into my inventory. We'll go back to this. We'll go to global, quest, go to your quest, edit, item, edit, add that in. So now we need to specifically kill this iron ore until it gives us that chest piece, which I think I put the drop chance really low. So I'm just going to put that in my inventory. I'm also just going to put a chest down that has it. Other than that, you're almost done this part of the quest. All we need to do first is we need to go to global. This is very important, by the way, because your quest may not look like it's working if you don't do this part. So global, player data, go to your player, go to quests, delete all of this out because we don't need it. Go to dialogue. Oh gosh. This was from me looking at the other quest earlier. Well, I don't need to go through all this. I can do skeleton quest 001 because we named it appropriately so we know which one we need to delete out. Okay, so now that you have everything deleted out, we can right click on this tarnished skeleton. We can do begin the search. Up on the top right, it says new quest, skeleton loot. And now we can see that there's a skull icon above this iron ore. So we'll need to keep killing them until they give us the chest piece. But I'm just going to put it in here. Once it's in your inventory, it says skeleton loot complete up on the top right. Go back to the tarnished skeleton. It says this is complete. Done. And now the markers are also gone. So that's really how you make a quest. But if you want a secondary part of this quest where we'll reward a follower, I'm going to do that now. Go to global, go to dialogs, go to skeleton quest, click on the first one we made, 001. We're going to go to dialogue options, number 3. We're going to say, what's that? And let's just make it orange just to signify something different. And then we'll click done. Now let's make a new dialogue here. We're going to call it 001 to 003. And then we'll do iron ore because I'm going to give the players here an iron ore as a follower just because we've been using an iron ore NPC. Click done. We'll go back to the first quest and we'll link that one up. So select dialogue, iron ore. Now go back to 001 to 003. We want to click on availability options. Select quest and then do after and then the quest that we have made. So once you've completed the quest, there will be a dialogue option available with this tarnished skeleton. As you can see, there's no third dialogue here. We'll do begin the search. I'm just going to duplicate this out of its inventory, and then we'll come back to this, complete, talk to it again. There's a what's that now. Go back to dialogues. We'll click on 001 to 003. We're just going to say there looks to be a moving iron ore bit on the chest plate. Now go back to global. Go to quests, skeleton quest. We'll do 002 iron ore. So now we got that one created. We'll click edit on it, and then we'll switch it to dialogue, and then we'll click edit. Select on the first option. So skeleton quest, we'll click on 001 to 003 iron ore. So once we've clicked on that third option, it'll complete this quest. And we are going to reward the player with one of these. So I'm just going to save this. If you don't know what the mob cloner is, but it's it copies and pastes your NPCs. So you can find that in the NPC tools, NPC cloner. Right click. I'm just going to do on the tab 3, and we'll save it as iron ore, because that one's still the aggressive one, iron ore. So as you can see, there's 9 tabs that we can save it to. This is your client side. If you save it to the server side, it'll be here, because here, let me go back to showing. As you can see, there's client side, there's server side. Just so you guys are aware, the only benefit is client side is for your world and your Minecraft folder. If you do server side, other players can copy and paste that. So tab 3, iron ore, spawn. Let's create another safe space before I die from this creature. Now we'll right click on it. First, let's change its faction. So go to advanced factions, we'll do friendly. I'm also going to decrease its size to 2. Oh boy, that's a big shadow. And then we'll go to advanced. We'll go to role and change it to follower. And we'll just be like, if you give me 1 iron block, I'll follow you for 1 day. If you give me 32, I'll follow you for 64 days. We right click it, as you can see, that shows up. So we can have a little iron ore follower. So we need to capture this thing. So if we go to Custom NPCs tools, there's soul stones here. We can trap it. And then I'll just right click it back on the ground here, just so we have a template here. Oh boy. That's for another time. We don't need to worry about that text for right now. Right click on the skeleton. We'll go back to quests. We'll click on the iron ore. And then we'll go to reward. And we'll put down the NPC in there. Also, make sure if you're using a follower from this and transferring it into this, make sure you go to inventory and delete out all this, because you don't want to kill your follower over and over again and get those loot again. Also, go to title, go to follower, and then I just do like underscore. Whoever the admin is of this server, they can change it to follower of Knightdream or follower of whoever your player name is. Now there's one more we need to do. We need to go to advanced on the skeleton. We'll go marks. We'll do add. We'll do a question mark, availability options, select quest, and we'll do when active on the iron ore quest. I believe it's when active. Let me give it a try. So begin the search, yada, yada, yada. Oh, we already have it in our inventory. Okay. Right click, complete. No, we can do before. There we go. I just put it on when before that quest because we haven't completed it yet. Right click. What's that? I don't think I linked it up. So we'll go back to skeleton quest 001 to 003. Select the quest. Make sure to do iron ore. And then I'm just going to go back to my player data and delete that I've done the 001 to 003. Now right click on it again. What's that? As you can see up on the top right, new quest and quest complete. Right click again. You have the soul stone. Do keep in mind wherever you put down this soul stone, that's where it will return when it respawns. If you make it so it can respawn. Well, I guess one last note, just to complete this entire quest, you can use the mob cloner and then put it on a specific page. Also, your tarnished skeleton. Then you can go find some random place in the world where you can copy and paste it down. Just like what I did in the beginning of this video over here. I had my old skeleton here where you can start the quest. You can come in here, you can kill off all these skeletons or these spiders that are in here, and then you got your quest complete in a specific area. But really, this is it for making your quests in custom NPCs. I'm sure you can make it a lot more intuitive than what I made here, but you can definitely do the old skeleton doing the spider, charcoal spider thing, getting the necessary loot from it. Here, I can even show what I drop here because I think a good refresher would be good. I put a 13% chance on this chest piece, leggings, and boots, and then you can get some random other things. So it's still good to kill these things even if the player isn't doing the quest, and then you get your own little tiny charcoal spider follower. But same as this, you get a little iron ore follower. Let me know if you have any questions. This is it for custom NPC quests. If I missed anything in this video, feel free to let me know in the comments below. And feel free to join the Discord so I can answer your questions on how to fix whatever quest you're trying to do. Alright, thank you for watching. This has been a very long video. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour and 11 minutes of recording this. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in another Minecraft video.